operation by the Cosmic Intelligence Services against Devices Police is taking on epic proportions. Indeed, the amount of hostile glances I get down here in Warminster is crazy. It is all very interesting to consider. The operations of Devices Police and their funding and financing for their operations. Indeed, where does this come from? Indeed, the Wiltshire Police have a black budget also, which is funded by arms trafficking to Kurdish militants, organised originally by Angus McPherson during the 2010s and continued by the current Wiltshire Police Crime Commissioner Philip Wilkinson. Indeed, this black budget is funded by a drugs for organs scheme also interconnecting with Kurdish mobsters operating out of Swindon. Indeed, I've delineated the links between Wiltshire Police and Kurdish mobsters many times. But indeed, this arms trafficking is interconnected with Warminster military base, who supply the majority of the weapons to Kurdish militants through a guns for organs scheme. Indeed, in return for the surplus military weaponry that is provided by Warminster military to Kurdish militants, with Devices Police as conduits, in return, organs from the battlefields of the Middle East are transferred to Devices for safekeeping in the underground crypts beneath Waterrose and Sons butcher shop, which have a vast refrigerator system. So it's all very interesting to consider. The Waterrose and Sons butcher shop is central to this saga and central to this exposure. Indeed, the Roundway experiment exists side by side with Devices Police's overseeing of the Waterrose and Sons butcher shop cartel, which is all very interesting indeed. You cannot talk about the Roundway experiment without mentioning the organ harvesting syndicate operated by the butchers of Waterrose and Sons butcher shop in communion with their thugs, i.e. Devices Police. So it's all a very interesting scenario to consider indeed. Devices Police are attempting to get a hit on me at the moment by a network of Turkish military intelligence operatives who are themselves therefore operative for the entity, which is all very interesting. It means that Wiltshire Police have connections deep within the heart of the Vatican, which overall is a network I am attempting to expose within the context of these video diaries. Indeed, the Vatican oversee Devices Police's operations of human trafficking and child trafficking. Indeed, Devices traffic children from war zones and then sell them to the highest bidder, usually the owners of manor houses around Wiltshire. So it's all very interesting indeed. The majority of the children that Devices Police are currently trafficking come from war zones in the Middle East and Central America. And these children are provided to elites, usually elites operative from manor houses in the Wiltshire countryside. Indeed, Devices Police are a key link in the chain of this child trafficking operation. Indeed, Waterrose and Sons butcher shop courtyard is also a key focal point for the trafficking of children handed to the butchers by Kurdish mobsters and Albanian mob operatives also. So it's interesting the comings and goings at Waterrose and Sons butcher shop courtyard. Indeed, I observe the Black House gang, who are sad cases, who think they're real hardcore gangsters but are actually involved in the trafficking of children. I observed them many times in the courtyard of Waterrose and Sons butcher shop. Indeed, the Black House gang are attempting to get a hit on me via networks of local roadmen in Warminster. So it's Very interesting. I need to be on my toes. Apparently, a lot of these hits on me are being diverted by a renegade Russian faction who have gone rogue from Putin's network. So it's all very interesting to consider. I do seem to have some sort of protection. However, this leads to accusations of me being a Russian spy, which is not the case, as I've already delineated the fact that Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop cartel's main client for organs is Putin's networks, i.e. the elite of the new Russia. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, these are oil magnates and business tycoons who are willing to spend hundreds of millions of pounds on a liver. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, it also makes perfect sense for the butcher shop to be running an organ harvesting plant, because they not only have knowledge of anatomy, they also have the places to store the organs to stop them going rotten. So it all makes perfect sense. Indeed, this may be crackhead logic, but it's real. The butchers are going to get you if you're not careful. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Waterrose and Sons are considering taking legal action against YouTube. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop are becoming increasingly angry with the fact that these videos are being posted on YouTube. However, as an intelligence operative of the Cosmic Intelligence Services, it is my duty to talk with face on camera about Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop and the syndicate that is operating through that entity. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Vatican assassins are looking for a way to silence me also. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Vatican assassins, i.e. Santa Alianza, the hit squads of the entity, are operative for IG Farben these days. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, IG Farben are running the Vatican assassin networks, i.e. Santa Alianza operatives, usually initiates of the Order of Malta. Indeed, the Order of Malta handle a lot of the Vatican's banking. So it's interesting to consider the interconnectivity between Vatican banks, Swiss banks, and the DVD, who are all connected. And indeed, there are Swiss bank accounts for Waterrose and Sons Butcher Shop in the name of Ed Giles of Rose's Ironmongers. Indeed, he has several Swiss bank accounts under his name and assumed names. One of his assumed names is Clive Grenville. Indeed, there is a Swiss bank account in Zurich under the name Clive Grenville, which is actually Ed Giles, the head honcho of Rose's Ironmongers. It's all very interesting that all of these key institutions in Devizes are named after the Rose family. Indeed, the Rose family are Rosicrucians and operate for the British intelligence services. So it's all very interesting how all of this interconnects. And indeed, there are factions within Russian intelligence that are attempting to drag the Russian Federation into a war with the United Kingdom, because they believe they can make profit of the chaos. And indeed, these are Soviet GRU networks, operative for the Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst. So it's all very interesting to consider the penetration of Russian intelligence by Deutsche Verteidigungsdienst over the last century. Indeed, this is almost a complete penetration. Therefore, the entire GRU is coordinated from Leipzig and from the underground catacombs beneath Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, which is the home of the cemetery network. Indeed, I believe it was Anglo operatives of the cemetery network who manipulated my internet recently, which is altogether very annoying indeed. Apparently, it was the butchers who contracted cemetery network operative crypto hackers to manipulate my internet to stop videos about Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop from leaking to the public. So it's all very, very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop is a truly hideous entity, and it's very strange how all of the local so-called gangsters who are actually police snitches spend a lot of time hanging out in this butcher shop, and they all fight for positions that become vacant to be butchers within the butcher shop network. And this is because the Blutordnung, i.e. the blood ordinance, that is the fraternity of the Walter Rose and Sons Butchers, seems to hold a lot of appeal to Devise's residents. Indeed, Devise's residents seem to enjoy feasting on the blood of dead babies in sacrificial ceremonies. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this child trafficking network that is also run out of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop courtyard is an enormous operation, and therefore finances a lot of the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop activities. Indeed, children as young as 9 are fought over by various mafias for depositing with the butchers. Indeed, the butchers also employ a network of Kurdish mobsters who traffic British children to the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop for ritual sacrifices, and their meat is sold as young pork in Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop is also heavily invested in the Cannibal-Meat market. And indeed, all of the pork sold in Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop is cannibal meat. And therefore, judging by the popularity of Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop in Devizes, the majority of Devizes residents are thus cannibals. So it's all very interesting to consider the strain of cannibalism within the Devizes residents. And this has a lot to do with the Devizes authorities and organized crime networks having roots in the Chesterfield cult, which set itself up in Devizes in the late 1500s and was a serial sacrifice, cannibal, necrophile network. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Walter Rose and Sons Butchers actually fuck the organs before they put them on sale. So it's all very interesting. They enjoy fucking livers and wanking over dead babies and fucking dead babies and all sorts of really disturbing shit. Indeed, they even eat the genitalia of dead babies. So it's all very interesting to consider what kind of people the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop guys are. They're really bad. Especially Jack Palmer and PC Mason Farrington of Devizes Police, who is a snitch and an operative of Devizes Police's 764 network, i.e. the satanic serial ritual child abuse sacrifice necrophile and cannibal cult, operates under the name M Gang. So it's all very interesting to consider and really, really very disturbing indeed. Child trafficking operations are key to the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop contributions to the black budget of Wiltshire Police. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, this black budget of Wiltshire Police is not only funded by certain law enforcement black operations, but also arms trafficking with Kurdish militants and the organ trade and the child trafficking syndicate which operates through Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop courtyard. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, the Russian mental patients that I encountered just off Morris Lane, who were on the run from the Low Booth family, explained to me that Walter Rose, the original Walter Rose, sacrificed 4,000 babies in his lifetime. So it's interesting to consider that this Walter Rose and Sons Butcher Shop is named after a serial baby sacrificer, cannibal, and necrophile of dead babies. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, Walter Rose was an outright monster. It's interesting that Rose's Ironmongers is also named after Walter Rose, who seems to be a hero of the Devizes population, which says a lot about the instincts of the Devizes population. Indeed, these instincts involve the ritual abuse, murder, sacrifice, and abuse of mental patients also. Indeed, they really hate mental patients in Devizes. Indeed, it's interesting that the Roundway Asylum was set up where it was, because the locals were all hating of mental patients. Indeed, it seems to be in Devizes' blood to hate mental patients, or anyone who's ready to stand up to Devizes Police's horrible regime. So it's all very interesting to consider. Indeed, it was very interesting how the whole town suddenly became Devizes Police when I started exposing the Walter Rose and Sons Butcher's Shop cartel and the Devizes Police operations. It's interesting how the entire town turned into headless chickens, attempting to murder me. So it's all very, very, very interesting to consider. Indeed, Devizes Police are offering a bounty on anyone who kills me of £4 million. So it's all very interesting to consider the lengths that Devizes Police will go. They've now issued a kill order signed by Philip Wilkinson, the Wiltshire Police Crime Commissioner, to obliterate me by any means. So it's all very interesting to consider. I'm now wanted dead or alive by the people of Devizes. So it's all very funny to me. This town of child rapists, child sacrificers, toddler molesters, baby rapists, baby sacrificers, necrophiles of all the dead infants, and organ harvesters are attempting to get a hit on me, but having trouble finding a hitman now that the true nature and the true face of Devizes is being revealed to the public over the course of this video diary. Indeed, I am focusing a lot on the operations of Devizes, but it's interesting to note that these Devizes operations are very insightful in terms of the global strategy of the DVD and how it all interlinks to the Roundway experiment and the torture, abuse, mind manipulation, and suffering the mental patients have gone through because of Devizes residence. I believe that all of this information needs to be put into the public domain for research by future researchers after I collapse dead, which could be soon, due to the radiation that has been inflicted on me by Devizes police operatives over the years. Indeed, this radiation is causing my body to degenerate, and soon my heart will give out. Indeed, you must know, Devizes police killed me for targeting Walter Rose and Sons Butcher's Shop, the home of a large syndicate of organ harvesters and child traffickers and baby rapists, necrophiles, and cannibals. Indeed, I'm going to leave it there Thank you.